Hello, it's Mark here at Gary's Guitars in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, and I'm here to talk about the truss rod. Um, it is what it does and what it doesn't do, more importantly. There are some people who are under the impression that the truss rod is a magic wand that has been embedded in the neck of your guitar and that can just fix the guitar by turning it. And that isn't true. What the truss rod does is it regulates the straightness of your neck. So either you can leave it, you can make it go forward, backwards, or perfectly straight, depending on the season and depending on how you like the action on the guitar. Well, let's talk about it a little bit. It is in fact a rod that goes the length of the neck, and as you tighten and loosen it, it will make the neck go forward and backwards. Ideally, you want a straight or nearly straight neck. Some people like a little scoop. Also depends on what kind of instrument you're playing. But this can lower the action if you're out of regulation. If your neck is too far forward and you tighten it, it will lower the action. So in some cases, you can tighten a truss rod and the action goes down. However, I mention this because there's a lot of situations where the action is high not because of the truss rod. It can be your saddle height. It can be bridge rotation, so the bridges kind of can go like this a little bit. They cause a little bubble here, a little deficit here. There's a hole in your guitar. Did you know that? There's a hole in your guitar, and across that hole is 200 and something pounds of pressure going down the guitar. And so every guitar wants to collapse into its hole. This is the weak point on the guitar, and oftentimes the whole neck joint will just kind of move this way. And your action will get high, and there's nothing a truss rod will do. It's just, guitars just do that. Even great guitars, Martins come in all the time. Now, speaking of Martins, some Martins don't have truss rods. Martin didn't put truss rods in their guitar until the 80s, I think. It was because our guitars are so perfect they don't need now. It was just a design thing. The truss rod came along later. Sometimes they're steel reinforced necks, where some guitars have no truss rods. Some economical guitars have no truss rods. Some Martin guitars have no truss rods. The steel reinforced neck just meant that there was a piece of steel down the middle of the neck to help it not want to bend. They seldom did much more than no truss rod at all. So you got the steel reinforced neck thing. Nowadays, sometimes they put carbon fiber reinforcement in the neck. It's a stronger, lighter material. Still not a magical answer, not a magic wand embedded in your guitar. So, the adjustment for the truss rod is often here, or down underneath the fingerboard, depending on your guitar. If you choose to adjust your own truss rod, if you're a customer of the store and you're around, just come by and we'll do it for you for free. We just do it as a service because we live in New England, and in New England, it is our humidity changes constantly. So guitars need a lot of adjustment. However, if you choose to do it yourself, just never force the truss rod. Always just gently, give it little quarter turns, eighth turns, check it, just a little something. Just be kind to your truss rod. If your truss rod breaks, and they do, especially if you're wailing on it, if that truss rod breaks, then your neck is broken. It will be worse than having your unadjusted. Oftentimes when people do break truss rods, it's because they're tightened all the way, which also happens. Someone come in and say, hey, my neck is bent, I need a truss rod adjustment. You put the wrench on there, no, your truss rod's done. It's gone through all the threads, it's just tightened as much as it can, and your neck is still bent. And there is no real good fix for that other than reinstalling the truss rod or installing a new truss rod. So, to recap, not a magic wand. There are many factors that cause string action to be high. If you are a customer of the store, come on by and we'll help you out. We'll definitely look at any guitar and let you know what you need free of charge. We can evaluate any repair needs you have. If you live in New England, it's pretty common for your guitar to need this adjustment. Like I said, we'll help you out with it, or if you choose to do it yourself, please be careful. So, thanks for watching, and there's a bunch of other YouTube videos on a bunch of other subjects that we'd like you to watch and do all that, liking and subscribing stuff. And Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff too. Blah, 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 blah. Thank you. Have a good one.